One question I hear a lot this time of year is it true that people stop getting hired during the holidays? Like, should I just wait until the next year to really start or resume my job search? And honestly, this can be a really productive time of year for job seekers. People who have jobs usually have some time off that they can leverage. And while things in the hiring process will certainly move slower with lots of people out for the holidays, it can be a really great time to set yourself up for success and traction in the year ahead. Your relationship to work and your career have changed over the last few years. And that means the same old career advice just won't do. I'm Jenn Walker Wall, career strategist, resume writer, and founder of Work Wonders Careers. If you're looking to ditch overthinking and hustle culture and pursue work and life in alignment with your values and priorities, you're in the right place. Welcome to ReImagining Ambition. Welcome back to ReImagining Ambition. I am your host, Jenn Walker Wall. And today I want to share 5 things that will help you land a job in 2024 that you can do now. And by now, I mean 2023. Now, if you're listening to this and it's still early 2024, you've got time, you can still employ these things. But I've noticed this pattern of people always being worried that there's no hiring that's happening at the end of the year. And I think there's some truth to that. I mean, I actually come from higher ed, and a lot of higher ed institutions will shut down between, Christmas and New Year's. And if a place is shut down, there's probably not a lot of hiring going on. So I think it's fair. But I think what people neglect to take into account is that a lot of businesses are operational over the holidays. And while they might have a few extra days off, and people might be taking time off and vacation and whatnot, things are still happening. People are still going to work. And in my experience, things are happening, maybe not at their normal pace, but they're still moving forward a bit. The other thing that I think is even more important is not when is the job market going to be ready. The question I want our clients to be able to think about is, what do you need to do to be ready? And this time of year, with a little extra time off or, kind of an extra excuse to stay inside with a warm beverage, this can be a period that you take advantage of. Like, let's pretend no one was hiring until January. December would still be really important for you if you wanted a job in the year ahead. Now, I realize people will be listening to this at various stages of the process, right? Like, some of you are really wondering, should I be continuing my job search over the holidays? Some of you will be thinking, should I start my job search or career transition in the work that I have to do? Like, should I begin the process before the new year? And so I don't know who you are. I don't know what your timeline is. I don't know how far along you are or are not in the process already. I don't know how you're doing. It's been another tough year. And so your job search goals, your career goals might be really well served by you using this time to take a freaking break. By no means am I saying you have to do things between now and the end of the year. But if you are someone feeling a little itchy, maybe you have a little energy or excitement about making a change in 2024, I want to offer some very easy things that you can do to start greasing the wheels a little bit in your favor, to start laying the foundation for a successful 2024 career transition or job search. Let's jump into it. One of my favorite things to do this time of year that you can do quickly and easily, and that will make your efforts in 2024 so much easier, is to reconnect with people who might be references or help you expand your network in strategic ways as you proceed forward with your job search next year. One of the most common things I hear when people are sort of resisting the work of relationship building and tending to is that it's been a long time since you've last been in touch, and maybe someone offered to help, but you never followed up, and people always feel kind of awkward and weird about like having to engage when they need some support. And that's why I think this time of year is magic for relationships, because the end of the year, the holidays, it's the absolute perfect time to just reach out and say happy holidays, happy new year. Hope you're doing well. Would love to reconnect in 2024. Nobody has the bandwidth or the space in their calendar for a ton of meetups. So there's not the pressure to try and organize something. You can simply reach out via email. If you have someone's address, you could always send a holiday card, but I think an email or a LinkedIn message is totally sufficient here. One thing we love about the end of the year, we love to plan a circle back, right? And so you can plant a lot of seeds quickly, easily, leveraging this particular time of the year. If there's someone that you have fallen out of touch with, that you meant to connect with, now is the time to send that person a quick message, send your good wishes for the holidays, tell them you'll reconnect in the new year, and check this off your list. If I were looking for a new job this year, I would make a list of 3 to 10 people that I've worked with previously or that I've connected with in the not so recent past that I may want to speak to again, and send out these brief emails or messages just to reconnect. Not to ask for anything, just to send my best and to initiate some forward momentum for reconnecting in the new year. The second thing you can use this time of year to do is to make your updates. Now, if you have spent months and months job searching in 2023, this part is probably not for you. You might actually just want to give your resume some rest. You know who you are. I know who you are too. But for those of you who are at the start of your journey or who are planning to start a job search or career transition in the year ahead, I want you to think about just making some updates. A lot of people want to have the perfect resume or the perfect LinkedIn profile. And trust me, nobody wants you to have those materials be strong and ready more than I do. That's totally our jam over here. But sometimes it's helpful to just have them be updated to reflect your most recent position and work accomplishments. So depending on how much work you have to do here. I mean, some people have been in a role for, a year, and some people have been in a role for 15 years and not updated their resume. So this could be a small job or a big job, depending on how long you've gone without updating your materials. I really encourage you, if it's been a while since you've updated your resume or your LinkedIn, to put those assets themselves to the side and get, a blank Google Doc or a blank piece of paper in your journal and really start by documenting what you've done, what you're proud of, what it is that you want to include. Adding content to a resume that's resume ready is actually hard. I don't even operate that way. I will start by collecting a lot of information and then I'll make positioning it a second task. So at this point, this end of the year task for you, I would say start documenting it and update what you can. Part of what you're documenting will be of service to you throughout your job search process. It will help you position your experience on your resume and your LinkedIn. It will help you tell effective stories as you go through the interview process. It will help you build clarity about what you want and what your strengths and qualifications are. So if it's been a while since you've done the self-reflection work, I think just starting with some free journaling and documentation about your recent work experience and goals can go a really long way here to making those assets more strategic. And if your task is really as simple as just adding things from the last quarter or two, even better, you could be ready to go. I'm sure I have a lot of former clients in that boat. So shout out to you all who've been keeping really good care of those assets. The third thing you can do if you're getting ready to start a job search or career transition in 2024 is to ask for support. The job search process will lead to a successful outcome, but it will be full of ups and downs along the way. Nobody is fully positive or confident from start to finish. I have found over the years that people who come together to do this work like they do in our job search club, that stuff will help get you through the hard times. So I want you to think about who can provide some social support for you as you move forward into 2024. Who is it important to share this journey with? Not just from a networking perspective, but from a social, emotional perspective. Do you have a peer who is also getting ready to embark on a job search? And maybe you could pair up and be accountability buddies. Do you have a friend who just completed the job search and now you can kind of switch roles and they can cheer you on while you start your process? Having a support system is strategic, is helpful. It will be fuel for your job search. And using this time to identify who those people might be will definitely help set you up for success next year. Number 4, researching and assessing job postings. I think job postings are a huge underutilized tool for career transitioners and job seekers. So if you are more towards the beginning end of your job search or career transition process, taking a look at active job postings to help you sort of situate yourself and develop your own clear sense of target roles is an excellent way to use a little bit of time this time of year. You can look at job postings without regard to qualifications just to get a better sense of what your own interests are, where your excitement goes, what you want to learn more about. We can also look at those qualifications and really think about your resume and LinkedIn profile and think about what those assets need to reflect for you to be a standout candidate for those kinds of opportunities. They can help us focus our energy and our time as we enter into the search process. It'll help us identify potential pathways to jobs if we're feeling underqualified. They help us map ourselves on to really tangible opportunities and reverse engineer resumes and LinkedIn profiles that demonstrate our experience in the best possible way. Another great thing job postings can help you do, and they don't need to be a 10 out of 10 job. If you find a job that's like a 6 out of 10, you can still use that opportunity to practice your resume writing skills, especially for those summary of qualifications, especially if you're writing cover letters along with your applications. They're great practice opportunities. So if you haven't looked at job postings in a long time, if you're just at the beginning of your journey, this is a great place to spend some time over the next few weeks. Number 5, I think, is my favorite tip, because even though I'm not looking for a job, I do this between Christmas and New Year's every year. And that is to practice using my time in a way that reflects my goals for the year ahead. I have always found this time of year to be like a hard reset on my habits and behaviors. And it's a time to refresh those habits and behaviors in a way that makes sense for my goals in the year ahead. So I try to use this week. I don't wait till New Year's to start new things. And it's fine if you choose to, but I like to ease into things, and using that week to practice living, working, and pursuing my goals and aligning my schedule, behavior, and habits around those things has always been very successful for me. And if you are a very busy person or just someone who has a hard time sitting down and doing the work required to navigate your career and move your career forward, this can be a really helpful exercise for you. I want you to practice setting aside time and trying new ways to kind of chip away at whatever your goals might be. So for example, some of the ways our clients have operationalized this, if they're really having trouble getting started, they'll do something with the Pomodoro method, right? So they'll work for 25 minutes, take a 5-minute break, and it's totally fine to start with one Pomodoro session. You don't have to start by doing 5 in a row, just start with one. If you're clear about what kind of job you might want and you're thinking you might be ready to start applying, early in 2024, you can start applying now. Try it out. Even if it's just low stakes jobs you're only half interested in, use your time to get in the habit of tailoring your resume for specific opportunities. Not only will you be able to start the process a little earlier than you anticipated, you are iterating, you are improving by practicing. If you are beginning from scratch, then maybe this is an opportunity to set aside a little time and do some reflection work and some journaling. This is really hard work to do on your own. It's hard to make time for. It's hard to prioritize with so many things competing for your attention all the time. The energy for me between Christmas and New Year's is always different than the rest of the year. I don't know, people are not 100% in work mode, right? Even if they're working. So I just think this is a great opportunity to look at how you're spending your time potentially and to start building different habits if you have a little bit more flexibility. Or even if you don't have a little more flexibility, like pushing back just a little bit and creating that space for yourself, aligning your intentions and goals for the year ahead with your time and your habits and your rituals. It's a very powerful thing. And learning to sustain that starts with you practicing it one time. So start once if that's all you can do. If you've got a busy packed week with stuff and obligations, find a little pocket of time to focus on you and your goals for the year ahead. Thank you so much for listening. I hope that at least part of what you do over the next few weeks is unplug, do something fun, do something indulgent, maybe not think about work and your career. I know for some of you that's going to be hard. I get it, but we're going to hit the ground running really in just a few weeks. It's a short period of time. And I know every day you're looking for a job or trying to figure out what to do with your career can feel like a lifetime. I know, I've been there too, but you're also entitled to enjoy your life while you're navigating this process. And I think enjoying your life, your other parts of your life during this time can really help you have the energy and focus and resilience, quite frankly, that you'll need when you hit the ground running in January. If you're not on our mailing list, head on over to workwonderscareers.com and hop on our mailing list, because we are going to be sharing our January retreat shortly. It's always a fun, productive, restorative way to start the year. It is usually, and I have every reason to believe at the time that I'm recording this, that it will be the last Sunday in January. And we do our best to schedule it around football games so that you miss minimal football games if that is your thing. And it is a period of reflection and planning and preparation for the year ahead, with the focus being on how to be strategic, how to honor your values. And we have some fun things that we're planning for that. And we would love to have you join us. But the details aren't ready yet. Get on our mailing list and keep an eye out for that invitation. We would love to have you join us if you feel like you need, a gentle nudge, a supportive container for some reflection. We will have that for you in January. And quite frankly, we can't wait for it. All right. Thanks again for listening. If you haven't left us a review, it would mean so much if you would. Thank you so much for considering. We'll be back here soon. Take care. Thanks for joining us this week on ReImagining Ambition. While you're here, please hit subscribe or follow and make sure you always get our latest episodes. And if you'd like endless gratitude from yours truly, please consider leaving a review. It really helps our podcast attract new listeners. If you're looking for a hands-on career, job search, and resume support, well, that's what we do best. Come on over to workwonderscareers.com and learn how we help mission-driven professionals like you make career moves that matter.